Netflix is up to their shit again. Trailer did release for the One Piece live action. Yes, Netflix is doing another great live action of another anime that most people love for the most part. I will say I'm not the biggest One Piece fan. Wait. Before you call me out, I have watched at least somewhere around 600 episodes.
You're so weak.
I forget exactly. I went to Skypiea and they fought the electricity dude, and it's been a while, okay, so I don't really remember what the last thing it was, but I did watch a good fair chunk, so I feel like I at least have a little bit of room to talk. So on Netflix, I'm sure you guys know they love doing their live actions and ruining stuff, so they've done, what is it, they've done Rioni Kenshin. In Rioni Kenshin, I will say I did not think was a bad one, or that bad as far as live action goes. However, Rioni Kenshin is probably the most realistic of a lot of the live action adaptations, in the sense that there's no one with super crazy ungodly powers or anything like that. Like most things, it's a lot of sword fighting and relatively realistic in that sense. There's nothing, at least from what I recall, nothing way out there with Rioni Kenshin that would be hard to do on camera. And then there's also, why am I blanking on this? I feel so bad. It has Full Metal Alchemist. Holy shit, I'm like Brotherhood was all that was coming to my head. They did Full Metal Alchemist. Granted, it's also been a while since I watched Full Metal Alchemist. These are a little bit aged animes. I'm not saying they're super old, but some of them are a bit on the older side. They've done Full Metal Alchemist, and that wasn't great. Let's be honest, that one wasn't great. There's, you guys know Death Note, right? I love Willem Dafoe. I love him to death. Think he's awesome. Boondock Saints, you know, the Green Goblin. He's amazing. Anyway, come on, man. You shaved off a little bit of my love for Willem Dafoe with what you did in Death Note. Now, I'm not gonna blame him for that, because he did the best he could. They did their adaptation of a live action, and their adaptation sucked. Apparently there's Bleach. Bleach is one that's coming, I believe, or it's out. I refuse to watch it, because Bleach has been coming out with new episodes again, the 1,000-Year War, Blood War, whatever it's called. I want to watch that. I'm kind of waiting till the episodes build up a little bit, so I got a little bit of a pool to watch. I'm not going to watch the full trailer with you. If you guys want to check it out, you definitely can. It's been out. You've probably seen it. But there are a couple things I want to talk about from the live action and my point of view. There's Sanji. I just wanted to point out that he's got a hell of a chin on him. But that's besides the point. In the anime, as far as I'm aware, Sanji is actually French, but he sounds like he has an English accent to me, but my ears are uncultured and stupid, so it very well could be a French accent, but he sounded English to me. Not that big of a deal. Other than that, all of the straw hair pirates are like 19, like somewhere between 17 and 19. And just this picture of all of them lined up here, Zoro and Luffy look so young, and that's fine. I get that they're young, but from my personal thought with Zoro is he should look a little bit rougher. Now, I understand that, you know, they went with a Japanese actor, which I do believe is also Zoro's ethnicity in the show, which is cool. It's fine that they're staying some true parts to that. He is very young looking. He looks very, very young. Now, I would say he probably actually does look about 20 or, you know, 19. I don't know how old the actor is, but I feel like Zoro in the show is perceived as more mature. So maybe picking someone that looked a little bit rougher and tougher might have been better, because I think Zoro is made to look like the tough badass of the group, who's, you know, more of an adult figure in some senses, but, you know, he loves everyone and all that good stuff. But regardless, I think Sanji looks a little older. He's also supposed to be around the same age, but to me, it kind of looks like he's around 30. This is Nami. Nami obviously looks like she's around 30, which is fine. I don't really have an issue with the age gap. I don't know how old the actor is that's playing Usopp. I thought he's fine. Like, I don't have any issues. He looks fine as Usopp. Usopp's a goofy character, so I mean, I don't know how you're gonna portray him in a movie anyway. But a live action movie that would, you know, they're all quirky in their own ways, which I think is also another reason that live actions don't translate typically. Usually live actions or anime, more or less, has a lot of over the top characters, and they're very heavy in their expressions, their animation, their arms, and it's just something that I don't think is ever really gonna move over to live action really well. Not for the majority of stuff. I think even when you're talking about like Marvel and stuff like that, it's still realistic in the real world, in the sense that yes, there's abilities and powers, but they're not being portrayed through the character necessarily. Like Spider-Man's super strong, but he still looks relatively like a human. He shoots webs out of him, but it's nothing that's like deforming the human shape that much. Even like if you talk about like Fantastic Four, they've never portrayed someone stretching. It never looks good to me. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's just something because it's unnatural and it won't look good. But I think that's going to be an issue with Loopy. I think honestly Nami's power would be probably one of the easier ones, because hers is just electricity, right? She can control science. I don't fucking know. She can manipulate elements in the air and cause electricity and like wind and shit like that. She's an airbender. I don't fucking know. Sanji has the devil's foot or something, which I mean, flames are better in CGI than I think some other things, but I don't know. Regardless, I think Loopy, who is the main character, is gonna be the hardest to animate. So I'm gonna show you that in Arlong here. I'm not a fan of his design. I don't really know what I was expecting, because he is a humanoid shark. Like, he has like the little sword things coming out of his nose. Now I know how it looks in the animation, but I feel like just the shape, he gives me the guy from Power Rangers. I forget what his name is, Ooze or something, from like early 90s. He gives me like, I don't know, the purple, the way his face is shaped, and then when he's coming outside of the door, his head looks oversized. Arlong's like big from what I remember. You know what, I'm just gonna look him up because I have to know. Yeah. So I mean, he's got a big head, but look at this man. He's a big beefcake shark dude. Look at him. He's a big guy, right? I would consider that a big dude. He's big and beefy. He's got them huge fucking like shoulders and them delts for whatever the fucking traps. Sorry, you know, I know muscles, but regardless, I just see a guy going like this, but I don't know. I think the nose and his head, like the prosthetics or whatever, they've changed in some shape or whatever. Not a huge fan of how Arlong looks personally, and I'm just gonna, I don't know. Arlong also doesn't really even have eyebrows like he does, but they're kind of just like he's got a really strong brow line, which I don't think was translated. They tried to translate it with eyebrows. I don't know. Not a huge fan, but regardless.
It's ready!
What is it?
We're Jolly Roger. We are
The Straw Hat Crew.
The Straw Hat Crew is so quirky that I just don't understand how this is gonna work out. I will give it to them that I do think their budget is higher in this than they put in some previous ones, because some of the CGI work does not look terrible. I will give them that. I think the overall like design and everything looks okay. Like in general, we'll throw Arlong out the window. But other than that, like the overall concept and like the building design, everything looks okay. The CGI doesn't look terrible on that part.
This is with my friends.
There's parts that don't look bad. So like I'm curious. Like I think everyone's gonna have a strong bias because they know One Piece, they know the manga, they know the 5 billion episodes and 5 billion more to come. I think there will be a bias in the community. I don't know if that really means anything other than my main point is it gonna be good or not? It's not, probably. But we're gonna find out. What do you guys think? Do you guys actually like any of the live actions? Because I don't believe any of them were actually that good. I actually made it through 1 or 2 of the Rioni Kenshin movies. I think there's 3, but I did not make it through any of the other ones that I've watched or attempted to watch. But
You're so weak.
if you guys like any of them, let me know down in the comments. If you do like them, I believe you're 6 years old and you shouldn't be on this platform. Regardless, if you guys do like them, let me know. What do you think about the One Piece one? Do you think it's actually going to be decent or not? I don't. But anyways, let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. It really helps out the channel, and I appreciate it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.